What's going on here? I'm making the soup, an onion soup, but I'm not going to be eating onion soup. Oh no. And already a confusion of what this live stream is all about without me even trying, haven't we? Because its title is Mustard Has Eats a Takeaway. But, right? Are we ready? Are we ready for what I'm about to say about this? That was the plan tonight. That's going to be now deferred to another day. That is okay. The reason being, came home tonight, I thought, God, it smells like curry in here. Did I make a curry by accident last night and forgot all about it? Well, the answer is no, of course I didn't. I don't make curries by accident and forget all about them. I make them and eat them. Right, okay, so in there we have some, currently just onion soup, which is onions in olive oil and butter and garlic. They've been cooking for about 2 hours. 2 hours. I tell you, to make the onions super sweet without being super sweet. Oh, yes. Where was that? That's right. So yeah, came in earlier on and having walked. I walked to work this morning and then I walked home again. So, you know, obviously that's the kind of thing that can build up an appetite. Though that's not what I was thinking. I come in and I could smell curry. And specifically, what I could smell was this particular spice mix. And it just made me think, that's what I want. I want that tonight. So the takeaway curry, well, the Chinese, the other thing as well, I fancied a Chinese tonight. Yes, Chinese curry, something like that. There's a Chinese about a mile and a half away from here that's really, really good. That's what we're going to have. But it's Tuesday. And I think a Tuesday is a bit like a Sunday for the Chinese. Because it's never open. Never ever open on a Tuesday. Oh, I see that we have 13 people here and only 6 likes. So I'm going to get this in early and I'm probably going to repeat it quite a bit. But please like the live stream. Like. If you like the live stream, I am so much more likely to end up going into the algorithm and coming out the other end with something a bit more desirable. If you don't like it, then YouTube assumes that I'm not very good at what I'm doing. If you do like it, it assumes I am very good and recommends it on to other people. If you don't like it, it assumes I'm rubbish and nobody should be wasting their time with this kind of thing. Yeah? So, there we go. If you could be so kind to do that, I would be very grateful. And there we have another 4. So, wonderful. And I'm sorry, but I will repeat this again afterwards because there's always a possibility of new people popping in and they need to know what difference it makes. Do you know what? I was thinking about this quite a bit early on. It's all lovely having comments and everything. Comments great, they can help the content, of course, but the likes help the video and the channel. Right, so what am I to be doing next in here then? Well, you might ask that, and you probably should. But first of all, I will do my usual thing of catching up with some comments, seeing who's here, and then I'll get on and do some things. But what it's going to involve is this spice mix. and this tandoori masala spice mix, and some fresh coriander. More for the stalks than the leaves. Probably some more butter, which is nice and soft because it's so warm. Green pepper, some chilies and ginger, and in the kitchen, obviously it's in the kitchen, in the fridge, there is some chicken drumstick fillets. Those are going to be going into this. And one more thing, of course, and that is good old chopped tomatoes. Some may say, oh, you should only use fresh tomatoes. Fresh tomatoes, that's how you get a proper, authentic flavour from your curry. I don't think so. I think it's nice if you can, but I don't really think it really makes that much difference. Now, where are my glasses? Uh-oh, don't tell me I've left them. Oh dear. Now, that might be a problem. Oh dear indeed. I have left my reading glasses at work. It was bound to happen, wasn't it? I took them with me today because I thought if I need to look at anything in detail, I'm best off using my prescription reading glasses that I can actually see what I'm doing without straining my eyes like I do with the cheapo ones. And I did the obvious thing of just leaving them there, along with my charger. Let's have a look. There's no more in there. Can you get some reading glasses? I've left them at work.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Thank you. They're the best in the thing. Jolly good. Here we have some other reading glasses that are not mine. Which means we could be on for a rather painful one for me. I know you wouldn't want me to suffer too much. So I may have to rely more on content than anything else tonight. Here we go. Let's see what these are like. They're not really small, but actually they're not too bad. So gosh, we've got an awful lot of comments here to go. Hello, Captain Mustard. Looking forward to this live stream. Yes, Dan, I'm sure you are. Now, as I've mentioned, the actual takeaway thing will now happen probably tomorrow because of some cock up on my behalf. Whilst I remember, I'm going to put this on live chat as well. Steve Kulg is here looking out of a box and doing that kind of thing. It all means something to Steve, and I'm not sure what it means, but we like him doing it, so carry on, Steve. Hello all, how are we? Asks the guy from SETI Alpha 5. Welcome to the live stream, Barry. Hi all, hello Mustard, I am your friendly resident moderator, says the Greenwood, here to banish spammers and dickheads to the castle dungeon and keep the chat free of slugs. Usual community free of slugs. Usual community rules apply, thanks. Not going to be able to stay long, I'm in Florida this week working, says Barry. Wish I was in Florida, but not necessarily right now. Charlotte Calliston's here. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome, Charlotte. A very good evening, Mustard and fellow chatters, says Andrew Buttigieg. Welcome to you. Hello, Dan, Steve, Barry, Charlotte, Andrew. I say working, says Barry. I'm waiting for the release details, and then in the meantime, I'm in Cape Canaveral. Stephen S. Paul is here. Hello, Mustard. Hello, friends. Hello, Mustard. Hello, friends. It's time to join the live stream again. And Andrew Putty saying hello to everyone. Neil Gibbons, the Gibbonator, and as frequently reminded by Boaty, of course, A very nice man indeed. And that's because he is. He's a very nice man. Neil Gibbons, the very nice man. Thank you for joining us, Neil. Banana Boy is here. Hi, I'm late, but it's fine. Well, it's fine. You can't be late to a live stream. You can't. Not really. Peter P, hello all. Hello, Banana. Hello, friendly live stream moderator. Hello, Captain Mustard says Hooked on Classics. And Hooked on Classics, of course, is... Hi, it's Simone. I always forget you can like live streams, says Banana Boy. Well, let's not forget tonight. Let's all remember to like the live stream and tickle my ego somewhat. That's okay. His reminder has reminded you, Banana Boy. Oh, Adam B says, hell, if a squirrel falls from the edge of space, will it die of hunger before it hits the ground? If it did reach the ground and was fed all the way, would it survive the fall? Right, okay, well, do you know what? I actually want to try and answer that one properly, because I don't think it could possibly die of hunger in that time. But if it was fed all the way, I think the terminal velocity of a squirrel is far too low for it to, well, disintegrate when it hits the ground. So no, I think the best thing would be either let it wait till it gets to the ground, and then it can bounce off the floor a bit and probably just go, oh right, that was fun. I'm gonna go and find some nuts. Oh, my way to find some nuts. Where are my mates gone? Are they jumping out as well? And then they'll go and do that. I bet I'd like it if somebody who fancies finding this out for me. What is the terminal velocity of a squirrel? Because a cat, I believe, is about 60 miles per hour, whereas a human being is about 120. So it's all down to it's the feather effect, basically. A cat's fluffy, isn't it? A cat's fluffy, and as it falls, his legs stick out like that, and all the fluffy, flappy bits everywhere don't allow it to pick up that much speed. However, if a cat does fall off the top of the Empire State Building, it won't actually die when it hits the ground, but it would get quite badly damaged. And I wouldn't wish anyone to do this to their cat just to find out. The squirrel, on the other hand, is a lot smaller and a lot lighter. And as you see, there are even the flying squirrels. Have you seen flying squirrels? But they don't actually fly, but they glide. They got like big flaps under the legs, so they can jump out of trees, and they can just stick out their legs like this. And the fluffiness and the kite-likeness of them makes them glide. So there we go. Adam, I hope you're satisfied with that answer. If I was a moderator, says Dave Smith, I would block Mustard from commenting. Right. Okay. Now, see, I didn't read this bit, Adam, but a squirrel's terminal velocity isn't fast enough to kill it. Why did you go and do that? If you set me off on some sort of rambling thought train there, and you already knew the answer. Was wearing a lot of bracelets and now imprints all over my arm. Oh, okay, Banana Boy. Nora is here. Nora, hi. Hello, Nora. Cute glasses. On the wonk. What's on the wonk? It might be a bit, I don't care. I'm not really a perfectionist when it comes to things being exactly straight. Hello. That's a shame, Dan. Hello, Captain Mustard. Hope you're well. I won't be able to stay for long tonight as I have a long day at work tomorrow. That's a shame. That's a shame. But, Dan, if you're still here, would you like me to do the takeaway live stream tomorrow? Would you be available for that? Because obviously you put the money in for this, and it's important that you're here, isn't it? Mustard yum. All right, I would rate mustard 7 out of 10 on the sauce scale, says Nora. Gosh, that's not too bad actually, but it's not brilliant because I've got to think like what's 8 and 9 and 10, and I'm going to imagine that what you put above mustard on the sauce scale isn't quite as good as I think. Okay, I really hope ketchup's not in there. I can't stay long, says Dave Smith, as I'm in Turdistan. I'm in Turdistan, and about to go on a guinea pig hunting thing. Ah, right, thank you, Barry. 23 miles per hour for a squirrel, which, yeah, that's kind of what I suspect. It's not very fast at all, is it, really? I mean, it would still, if you was to hit the ground at 23 miles per hour, it wouldn't take that long to get to that speed, would it, for a start? And of course, a human being has much more mass and can break itself to bits a lot easier. What would be the worst thing, really, to be dropped from a skyscraper? Probably a whale. You imagine dropping a whale from a skyscraper? Oh, wasn't there? There was something like that in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I can't stay long as I'm in Nymphingen and I'm looking for fairies, says Nora. Well, that's very interesting, Nora. Thank you. Masala's simplicity makes the complex orchestra of spices. Each a soloist in its own calendar. Cumin's warmth, chili's bite, cardamon's floral dance. But the true magic lies with the conductor. Gosh, that is wonderful, Charlotte. What a wonderful... Do you know what? That's so cool. I really like that. What a really nice way to explain a curry. That's fantastic. That's going to end up being one of my favourite ever comments, that. Thank you. Hope you find some. Make sure to banish the bad ones so they don't affect your new season's crops, Nora. That's what I did to a swan. Sean even. Oh, Sean. That's what we did to Sean. Oh, right, I see. Not a fan of Sean then. The cuckoo blends these elements. Is a bad masala a cacophony? Is a bad masala a cacophony or a daring experiment of dissonance? Also really rather interesting there. Well, that is actually, by the way, why I do like these spice mixes, because there are quite a lot of ingredients that go into exactly this, and you can very, very easily get it wrong. And you don't want it to go wrong particularly, do you? Talia. Hello, Talia. 7 out of 10 is average, I would say, says Banana Boy, referring to how good mustard actually is. Well, 7 out of 10 is a bit more than average, isn't it? I would say to one, you could say 5 out of 10 is average, but then again, maybe not. I mean, how bad a condiment would it be if it got only a 1 out of 10? Can we think of a condiment that is really that worthless that you would give it a 1 out of 10? Can we? Well, can we? And I'm going to suggest possibly the worst sauce. Isn't even ketchup, but I can't remember what it's called now. I bought some by accident once. It looks like horseradish, but hollandaise sauce. That's the one. Right. A human being is 122 miles per hour, says Barry, which is 2 more than I said. That's why people who jump off the Golden Gate jam when they hit the sea. Oh, good. Rover Joe is here. Hello, Rover Joe. Good. I'm going to go and find fairies. Wish me luck, homies, says Nora. Well done. You go and find some, Nora. Report back. Tell us how well you got on. The average is 4.5, says Charlotte. Hey Joe. I saw a squirrel got 70 miles per hour after I ducked it off. I would say people view 7 out of 10 as the middle of the scale instead of 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 is technically the middle. And I think I know what you mean, actually, banana boy. Mustard, have you ever tried Cornish tea? Yes, I have. In fact, Joe of the YouTube channel Cars with JC, subscribe to Cars with JC. He sent me some. He sent me some of this tea, and I drank it all. In fact, I drank some on a live stream as well. Now I want Cornish cream tea, and that's not what we're talking about. Hooked on classics. Hang on. Where are we going to? Where are we going? Right, the Greenwood. Shall we try ringing Boaty tonight? No one could get through yesterday. Well, it does take a while. It does take a while to go through all those comments if you're going to be doing something more than just reading comments. Just been dieting and it's working, says the Greenwood. So slight mention of naughty foods gets me way more excited than it should. There's no foods are naughty. Oh, perhaps Worcestershire sauce because the spelling. I'm aware it's spelt wrong, and also it may not be a sauce. I'm not the smartest. Worcestershire sauce is a really good one. It's not particularly versatile, though. That's the only thing, is it? And Emma Lemon is here. Hello, everyone. Hey, Mustard. Hey, Tracy. And hello. And there we go. I've caught up with some comments, which is rather fantastic. And I need to, really, because, I'm cooking, aren't I? I'm not just sitting down. You don't have to chat much. What is important, and I'll say this again, and I'll keep on saying it, the most important thing for me, for the watchers of this live stream, watchers of any of my videos, forget about anyone else's videos, just mine, is that you like them. You like the video, it shows other people, shows the algorithm that this video was popular, that people approved. You don't like it, it shows the algorithm you don't approve, and then the algorithm will go, let's move on to someone who's actually any good. So, please do the like thing. It makes all of the difference. Now, what am I doing next? This onion sauce here is rather brown. It looks a bit like sort of chicken gravy, but of course it's nothing to do with chicken gravy. It's just onions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cook up the tomatoes, in this pan, with the spice mix, and then I'm going to tip it into there. And then I'm going to use the pan afterwards to cook the chicken in. And once I start doing that, I'm going to do some rice as well. And it'll go along, it'll all work out just fine. Don't you worry. Now, to get this just right, I'm going to briefly cook these spices in the oil. And it is briefly, because if you cook them for too long, you'll just burn them. And if you burn them, they won't taste right. They just won't be as good. And we don't want that. So, to cool the pan down straight away, I shall start tipping in tomatoes. Right. Once I do that, then I'll start messing with the coriander and the green pepper. Now, I mentioned this before. Boaty said that, he's done that wrong. He's done that wrong. He's poached the pepper rather than fry it. Yes, deliberately. I don't like it fried, I like it poached. As long as you keep the pepper in the curry, the flavour of the green pepper does come out and go into the curry. It really adds quite a bit of something to it. Now, how much of this should be used? Yeah? That much? Oh no. That much? Oh no. That much? Yes. That's more like it. Oh yes, and there we go. The smell's coming up really, really quickly. And we're already in danger of burning it, so in go a few tomatoes. Oh, and for those that like the sounds, yes, that's it, isn't it? Plum tomatoes. Well, plum tomatoes are the best. You can buy them chopped up, or you can buy them still as big plums, and we all like big plums. They just seem to have a nicer flavour to the plum tomatoes than the chopped tomatoes. It's got nicely. Oh, there's my cup of tea. I'll be making another one of those in a minute. You can bet you. You can bet you indeed. Now, something else I always do is go out to push the tomatoes to one side once we've got that heat in, and then I want to put the others into the really hot stuff there. Not wanting to not wanting to waste anything, I shall now swirl the tomato juice in the tin with some water, and that will go into the rest of it as well. Now, anyone that watches me cook knows I tend to be a bit slapdash, so I fling things together and just hope it works, but it always does. It's very rare that it doesn't work. So currently I don't know if we've got enough spice mix in there. Oh, I haven't got too much, I know that, because I mean that is a whole tin of tomatoes and about 4 onions. Small onions, but onions all the same, and they're mulched down somewhat to almost nothing. Not nothing, but when I liquidised them, they were very, very small. It was reducing and just turning into a rather thin paste at the bottom of the pan, rather than like a pan full of onions. They just disappear. Right, I would say that is kind of cooked enough, I reckon. You can tell you've got quite a bit of spice in the go, because it does make you ever so slightly sneezy. Ooh! Bit time to come and have a look at some comments in a second, I reckon. Oh, well done, Joe. Well done, Joe. Sorry, I don't mean Rover Joe to jump the queue there, but that's the comments I could see I just read. So I just read it basically, you know. Right, turn that off. No need to clean the pan out, because that will be getting used again with something else. Now, it's not a particularly red curry, this one. It's almost orange. It's almost kind of orangey colour. It is red, but I suppose with that amount of onions in there, it's never going to be like a deep red, like a tandoori. So next thing for me to do here is now to add, simply, well not add, but cut up into bits, the green pepper. Green pepper. Oh, almost losing that bit there. Now, I don't really know why, but I just cut the little white bits off the pepper. And I thought I was just being fussy. But then, I saw Jamie Oliver cooking, and he said, oh, you cut the white bits off. I thought, well, you must know what he's talking about. Maybe I do as well. Cut the white bits off. This might look a bit odd, actually. Just sort of cutting it like that rather than just being on the chopping board, but I actually like doing it like this. I don't know why. Maybe it's the danger involved of actually slipping and cutting into one's digit that just really appeals to me. One digit. So there we go. Some green pepper and one green pepper. One green pepper. And then we have also ginger. Ginger is another one of these wonderful things that I like to use quite a lot. Let's give it it's been around a little while, this ginger though. So it's not quite as fresh as it once was. I've been freezing ginger, and nowhere have I ever seen a suggestion that you should freeze ginger. So when I take it out of the freezer, I've got a suspicion that maybe it will not really, it won't have held together quite as well as I would like it to have done, and then it might not be that good. Coriander seeds, I'm going to cook them with the chicken, by the way. Not the coriander seeds, sorry, the coriander stalks. Stalks of coriander. But it still smells alright. It's losing some of its potency, but it's still there. So now, time to do some more catching up with comments, I think. And then some more of this. Should probably feed these fishes as well. They're all a bit excitable tonight. So they knew I was doing a live stream and they do enjoy it. I wonder how far behind I've got. I'll tell you what, it's an awful Irene Lomi. Awful lot of Irene Lomi's comments being deleted for repetition. Guys, he's caught up. I can't think of a sauce or condiment that I particularly dislike. Whacking my brain cell here. Right. Hallie's a soft baller. Do you have a yellow tang? Dave Smith, them glasses always look better on the website. Before you order them, they are than they do when you wear them. I suppose what they do is they find a better looking person than the person who's going to wear them to model them. That could be why. What is a yellow tang? I'm a bit confused by that. Guys, I have a confession, says Banana Boy. I reckon this is going to be a joke. I was wondering, says Andrew Buttygig, if Boaty had his earphones synced paired with his portable device. He's not using an earpiece. He kept knocking but he kept knocking his sound bandy. Mr. X. My favourite food is cheesy garlic bread, extra mozzarella. Well, you've come to the right place because that's not my favourite food, and if I had some, I'd let you have it. I'll have the curry instead, I reckon. I actually like mustard. Oh, I don't actually like mustard. The sauce, not the person. That's not really a confession, Banana Boy. You don't have to like everything. Just because I like it, it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong by not liking it yourself. After all, it means more for me. That's complete nonsense, that, isn't it? Complete nonsense. Now, betrayed. How could you possibly have... Could you possibly run out of mustard? I mean, it's one of those things, you don't need a great deal of it. Unless you get really into it and addicted to it and you eat it by the spoonful. Just like Boaty, it was there in the room. That's okay, we all have our faults, Banana Boy. I can only cope with a little mustard myself. Depends on the type, though. Dijon is mild. It is. Well, if you have proper English mustard and have a spoonful of that, it's not particularly pleasant. Whereas Dijon or French mustard, you can eat it by the spoonful and it's all right. Too much mustard and my eyes start to water and I have a sneezing fit. YT Tuya. Hi from the Philippines. Welcome, YT Tuya. I hope you're still here. And if you are, please do like the like button. Do press the like button. Do just hover over it with your finger like that, just to say something nice. Thank you. I take it he's cooking a takeaway. Gonna drop it off his mum's afterwards. Oh, yeah, okay, that's that was Rover Joe's rather good news about him fabricating bits of things for his Honda Civic. And there's the point. If you're going to have a Honda Civic, you're going to have to learn how to weld. I think that's the point here, isn't it? That's why it's a takeaway. It will be a takeaway tomorrow. That was probably the hardest bit to do, says Joe. Nice one. Nice video coming. Poop! Windy Miller is here. Bird still the word? But the bird is always the word, isn't it? Not sure why. The word. Bird. It is indeed, because everybody knows that the bird is the word, says the Greenwood. That makes me want to watch American Graffiti. Mustard, does your mum know you're pregnant? She doesn't. She doesn't. I've been trying to find a way to tell her, but the worst bit is I don't think she'll even believe me. I wonder if that's true, Irene. But anyway, there's no need to tell me that often. Right, what will your dad do? Please don't repeat the same comments. Mustard will read yours out when he gets to it. At Irene. Thank you, Greenwood. The Greenwood. I didn't see the connection between Rovers and Hondas, Joe. Well, there is quite a definite. You mean you didn't know there was a connection, or you don't see there's a connection, or you didn't know there was a connection up until recently, Dave Smith. We have the Eurosong semi-finals on tonight, but as we've just seen that Estonia aren't in tonight's semi, we've lost interest. I can't honestly say that I've ever watched the European Song Contest. Although, I would have probably enjoyed it when Terry Wogan was hosting it, but I just never got around to watching it. I didn't get around to it because, honestly, I just wasn't really interested enough in it to watch it. But I know lots of people do, and I would very much hope it's a good one. I was watching that before and resume my play after this, Windy Miller. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Irene's been timed out. Yeah, come back and say something else when you can. It's not long. 300 seconds. That's not long. It's only 5 minutes. We did enjoy that mad Irish entry, not as much as the lovely horse, obviously. I won't offer any spoilers then, although I won't stick around for the voting, says Windy. My fave so far is Windows 95, man. No rules from Finland. And the Croatian one was very funny. After he's eaten some takeaway, I like the Polish song too. Only when he was fit. Cakes 37. I just look fat. I just took a fat, pleasurable shit. Do you know, that reminds me of some of the people that have been in these live streams that have then disappeared again. There's Avin Ashit, who was here for a couple of days and now has disappeared. And I think we all miss Tyler Kennedy. I wonder where he's got to. Now, the last thing he said was about being on a canal boat going to Hebden Bridge. And I went to Hebden Bridge yesterday. I didn't see him. Or at least he didn't shout me over. I like how they have to blur out the Windows 97 logo on the Windows 95 logo on the Windows 95 man's t-shirt. It tore some of my arsehole tissue, as that happened to any of you guys. I'm not sure it can be that pleasurable once it starts doing that, can it? Or unless you like the feeling of your skin being ripped around you. And the worst thing about that as well is that you got an open wound being rubbed with poo. That's not good. I spelt we wrong. I have blood all over my toilet paper. This cutting method deserves a patent. Deserves a patent. Ah, right, I see. It's faster than a magician's trick and leaves the veggies looking like they've subscribed to a fancy dicing service. Greenwood, you're touchable. Oh, I see. Sadly, this year, says the Windy Miller, the Finns have been beaten by their Estonian brothers. I predict Estonia will do terribly in the judges' vote, but very well in the public vote. They are in Thursday's semi. One of your piles exploded. No, it was a bit big, so for my hole, so it ripped to the base. Shit. Definitely cakes. You're having some fun here, aren't you? Rob Joe, have you ever had mustard go up your nose when eating it? No, not up my nose, but you know how your mouth and nose are connected? Well, if you have a lot of mustard, it feels like you've got mustard coming out of your nose. That's what's happened to me. In other news, says Windy Miller, my work laptop and my electric toothbrush both died today. Rest in peace, toothbrush, and good riddance, laptop. I love mustard on sausages, says Emma Lemon. Feels like my brain is being blown out. I love it. Mustard on sausages is good. Hot sausages with mustard, yes. Yes. Stop talking about mustard sausages. Right. Uh, mm. I'm going to hop on jerk pins. I'll see you later. Anyone wants to join? I'll be in 10 minutes. Oh, having a shit. Having a shit is here. Well, thank you. I was just talking about you, and you probably might have already heard that bit. Evening mustard. Good evening to you, having a shit. Well done. Thanks for being here. I might be joining you, Peter P. The last one was an oral B, and I think it lasted for 13 or 14 years. But Mrs. Miller had another brand, and it makes sense to get the same one. Oh, so you've got the same heads, right? I see. Ah. I'm off. Boaty live stream in 5 minutes. No, it's not. Boaty's live stream is at 11 o'clock. But yeah, see you later. No, I just don't want to go on to jerk alone. Ah, right, yes, Boaty's live stream 90 minutes, yes. I know the feeling, it's euphoric. What happened to that one who wanted a tablet but not enough to sell their phone? I don't know. Onisim Lonut, what's the name of the painting behind you? He hasn't got a name. This is what I've really got to do something about a painting being there, because too many people ask about it and I've got no interest in it whatsoever. Are you sure, Greenwood? He had a quiet night at the chip shop, so he's home early. Do you know Skylar Vox? Asks to Aliani. No, I'm sure that you're going to tell me though. It's an hour-long video that covers two-day motoring event. Got an itchy eye there. I always quote Bruce Willis after dropping one. Welcome to the party, pal. Are your Fish Man City fans? Yep, they definitely are. They love football. I like longer videos, says Windy Miller. Have you seen the videos from Tasty Classics? They're usually as long as a Tarantino film, and I like that. Oh, so, well, Windy, yeah, one of my issues really is whether to make a video long or short. And I have a Fred the Shed video ready to go live to the public. It's only about 6 minutes long, but that's what it was that day. That's all I had a chance to record, and so that's what is on there. But besides the sound being a bit bad in places, I thought it was a really rather cool video. With some actual progress on Fred the Shed. Oh, and by the way, today's recording has been also about Fred the Shed. Another job being done on it. Oh yes, very pleased with it indeed. Wonderful Horseshoe asks, hi Mustard, what are you cooking? Very slowly, Wonderful Horseshoe. I'm cooking curry. Again, I'm always cooking curry, aren't I? I just simply stopped, taking a break from the cooking of the curry to just read some comments out. Wendy Miller. Do the fish find it difficult to locate their USB charging doodah in that blue light? I got banned from a live cat rescue stream for saying that my cat has her own tablet and for using too many emojis. Tasty is awesome. And caught up with the comments yet again, so that's always nice. I guess that fart was for Windy Miller, as you were talking to him at the time you produced it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, that was actually just yesterday, wasn't it? I mean, I could extend the idea further to every other day I do a live stream. If I'm doing a live stream, I should be dedicating farts to people. Or even naming my farts after the people that I am actually talking to at the time. And I think they'd like that a bit. Right. Might as well start doing this rice, hadn't I? Plain old rice, or rice with some, well, different colours added to it. Do quite a bit, but hopefully I'll have some rice left over, and tomorrow daytime I can have myself a luxurious curry whilst at work, spending more time with Fred. Spending more time with Fred the Shed. He spread the shed, little, he was almost dead, little. Oh, let's not sing that. Rinse in the rice, rinse in the rice, rinse in the rice with starch, rinse in the rice with starch, rinse in the rice with starch. Now I'm beginning to wonder whether I've got enough rice in this pan anyway. So whilst I'm over here, probably going to be time to have another little drinky. Now, against the advice of anyone that's got any sense, for some reason, it gets to this time of night, and I always fancy a cup of coffee, which is a bit daft, isn't it? Because caffeine keeps you awake. For some reason, that's not enough to stop me from doing it. Who knows about fish? Because I'm wondering, with this light, I've got the LED light strip along the top there, and this blue or white light. I'm thinking that at first I thought the blue light they wouldn't be quite as awake, but as you can see there, they're swimming around properly, but they're having a great time in there, and so the colour of the light doesn't seem to be affecting it. But are we less likely to have algae with the blue light than the white light? Or is this the blue light going to keep them awake? Do you know that fish sleep? They have to sleep. I think when the fish sleep, they kind of go half asleep, and they just kind of go a bit dozy and just flop around quite a bit. They don't swim around quickly. They just kind of float around like this, and they go off onto one side and they go like this, and then they go off the other side like that, and all that kind of thing. Oh, Nora's back, and I'm back to report that I indeed caught fairies. That is good news. Well done. Well done to you, Nora. No, wrong tap. Rice. I'm going to do yellow rice. That's neat looking. Would be nice to do the old 3 jewel rice, proper biryani, but it's a bit of a faff. It's a bit of a faff, isn't it, really, to start. Oh gosh, here we go. Whoa, that was a good one, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's yours, Nora. Yellow sticker. Yep. No, I left that there. I left that there deliberately to see if anybody noticed. And somebody was bound to do, wasn't there? Hey, yes. Turmeric, not ginger. Where's my turmeric? Bum, bum, bum. Where's my turmeric? Oh, where's my turmeric gone? Where's my turmeric? Where's my bag of turmeric gone? Turmeric. Hey, turmeric. Turmeric. Where's it gone? You don't lose a bag of turmeric even in a cupboard like this, but I have managed to do so. Oh, wow. Oh, hang on. Is that it? No, that's my dress. That should be up there. Although that, is that it? No, that's mustard seeds. No, this can't be the case. It wasn't that long ago I opened up the bag of turmeric, so I've not used it all up. I need to do a bit more organisation in this cupboard. I think cocoa powder. Nope. Oh, hang on. No. I actually seem to have lost my bag of turmeric. How is that possible? Oh gosh, that's so disappointing. Yeah, I'll look through again, just in case. What's there? Yeah. Rather sensibly, I have a little plastic box in the top there, where all of my spices congregate. So the turmeric lives in there. And I got it out and couldn't see it. Curry, 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 curry. There we can see, look at that, that's a lovely proper curry sauce now. It looks like the kind of thing you might get in a takeaway. And I would say, oh, home cooking's the best. Home cooking's better than what you'll get in a takeaway. Trouble is, it's not really. And the takeaway curry has to be like really unbelievably good for people to want to buy it, doesn't it? So we're going to have yellow rice, and at this point as well, I shall get out the coriander. Oh, I'll tell you what to do. I'll let the rice get to that point where it's boiling, and then it has to be simmered for 10 minutes. That's when I'll start doing some other bits here as well. I don't want to overcook the chicken, but the kind of leg meat, it's more difficult to overcook. If you use breast meat, it just goes dry really easily. So you cook it so it's just right. You cook breast meat so it's just stopped going to kill you, and then if you cook it anymore, it goes on. So it's never really that good. The leg meat, you cook it so it stops wanting to kill you, and then you can cook it some more. It's fine. In fact, it's like when you cook a chicken, pull its legs off. Its legs are still like, you get to the point where its legs just fall off, and it's still pink and it's still wet, which is what you want, rather than just being dry. Dry. So I'm going to read some comments while this just gets the heat in it. Oh, where did we get to? Where did we get to? Ooh, I have a phobia of stickers, says Lemon. How do you get a phobia of stickers? That is a bit of a strange one. There are quite a few comments have gone on then, haven't they? Right. What's going on here? How did we end up with? Oh, right. No, that's. I think that's it. Right. Please don't feel compelled to fart for me, says Windy Miller. Oh, I wouldn't be compelled to, but if it comes out and I'm talking to you at the time, then just be sure it's yours, and you can do with it what you like. But it is yours, and I can't do anything about it. They welcomed me at first because I had a cat picture. Oh, right, yes. Oh, right. So that is for you, to Aliana. Search up Skylar Vox. She's the wife of the Muffin Man serial killer. Okay, but what if we don't want to? What if we've no real interest? A Cancun, aha! Another name from the past come back. What TF do you know about mustards? What TF do you know about mustards? What TF? Don't know. Maybe plant a begonia or something and fart for someone who would appreciate it more. She's a porn star, I win the prize, says Greenwood. Is Fred responding well to the additional added security and reassurances that you're giving him? Oh, well, I can say that Fred had stopped not starting. Time. 10 to 10. That means rice goes off the simmer at 10. And with that, let's carry on with these comments. Does the wife know you got her shorts on? They're comfortable shorts. They're just very comfortable. And it's too warm to be wearing jeans. And if I took these off, then you'd be even more upset, okay? Presumably she will be popping up in a cold New York courtroom shortly. Go on. What do you know about mustards, Cancun? You clearly know more than our lovely host. I don't know. Maybe. And Nora, bloody hell, I did a NASA. Bloody hell, did NASA build that kettle? Yeah, it does look like it's got ceramic heat proofing things on, doesn't it? But no. I wonder how much it would cost to have a NASA built kettle. I bet it'd be more than the kind of £15 you pay from Argos. If you really couldn't believe it wasn't butter, does that make it more or less the case for just buying butter and being done with the confusion? Why is oh gosh, I mentioned this one before, didn't I? I can't believe it's not butter came around at a time where people thought butter was bad for you, didn't they? But they was happy to eat margarine, which is only a couple of links different to a plastic bag. That's a wide which warning, Trace. Oops aisle. Welcome to the party, pal. Yeah. Johnny Logan looks like the ghost of Johnny Logan in a science fiction film based in the year 2525. Squeaky slipper, but either that or it's as much how he changes from minute to see it. Oh. Careful now, careful. Careful now, Neil. It's like he's come from the future to warn us about Jedward, but it's too late. I love that windy Miller. That's brilliant. Is that for yellow rice? Turmeric, yes, it is. You have to get right close to it to read it. By the time he knew the prize, you'd have been poked in the eye. Trio coal. Oh, that's where I got to before. What's cooking? And I have answered that one. Millie Adams with some flags. Sorry, too close to international politics. Right, yes. Two String Productions is here as well. Sorry, missed your message. We'll read this after Two String Productions. Two String Productions. Sorry, missed your messages. We'll read this after Two String Productions. I don't know what that one is. Have I missed something? It's going to be a bit awkward to go back to the top of there, though, isn't it? Alright, so get out and walk, says Avin Ashit. What? Where? Where to? Where can we go for a walk at this time of night whilst you're cooking as well? With only 5 minutes left of the simmering of the rice before the chicken starts to get cooked. Why go for a walk? How about staying instead? Cancun, looking fresh, my boy. Have you heard about the... no, but I have heard about that yesterday, and I honestly could not be any less interested than what I am. I cook curry almost daily, says Avin Ashit. I love it. New glasses, Mustard, asks Steve W. No, they're not mine, but I had to find some glasses as a matter of emergency in order to read comments out, because I've left mine at work. Do you remember me? Yes, I do. I did live in India for a year. I reckon Cheeseburger was Tyler Kennedy. Was. That's the thing, actually. We're always going to have theories, aren't we? What do you think is the worst maint? What's maint? What's maint? Wrong stream. Kendrick fired gunshots at Drake's mansion. Well, they're all just a bunch of silly boys, really, aren't they? Oh, maintained car on the road. What's the worst? What do you think is... Oh, that is a good question, actually, Windy Miller. The worst maintained car on the road. You know what? I'm actually going to say quite possibly... either the Astra H or the Audi A3. You always see them with problems. That sauce is looking properly good now. As it just carries on simmering, it starts to separate. The oil and the watery bits start to separate, and it looks just like it does when you get it from the takeaway. Ah, right, I see. That was me communicating directly to Two String Productions. Don't worry, I hadn't seen his messages. Okay, right, thank you. Get out and walk is what they say when I fart, as well as welcome to the party, pal. I see. I had a Chinese takeaway tonight, says Dan Peters, and I didn't think it was that good compared to normal. The trouble is, food is inconsistent, isn't it? I vote for Voxel Saphira. Do you know what? You're probably right on that one as well. I mean, the thing is, you've got to consider the kind of person that doesn't maintain a car at all is probably somebody that doesn't realise that it needs looking after, and that happens quite a lot. Evening, Mustard. Hope you're well, says Chris Bowen. Thank you. Sapphira's all look like their owners want to die. Right, okay. Drake tried, failed Kendrick's car brakes, but got caught and beaten up. Once I had a Chinese takeaway and I was horrified because the bag started rustling and a head popped up whilst I was driving. Managed to pull over. It was just Peking duck. Nice one, Steve. Are you wearing someone else's glasses? Asks Chris Bowen. Yes, I am. I'm wearing Mrs. Mustard's reading glasses because mine are at work. I was in Knightsbridge, London today to see a lovely smiley face transit in very good condition. Surprisingly, wasn't an ice cream van. And Cancom, what do you think about mustards? Eh? You think you know about mustards? I don't think so. That's where we started before, wasn't it? Well, to be honest, I am not an expert on mustard. No, I'm not. And I haven't pretended to be. And I'm not going to end up being either. Right, it's chicken time. It's chicken time. Chicken time. Chicken time. Again, we want even more oil, really. Oil without oil. Here, thank you, Canton. We want some oil. We want a little bit of olive oil. We don't need loads of it, but we do want to drop the knife on the floor. We do want to turn the rice off as well, because that's ready. A nice big blob of butter. But gosh, that's so soft. If only I was making a sandwich, this would be perfect. I can put this right. Now, chicken. I'm going to use the whole lot because it'll all get eaten. And before I stick it in, just have a sniff, just to make sure that it hasn't gone off, because that can happen. And I know I've told some of you about this before, but don't rely on dates. Dates are not everything. There's always a possibility of something being in date but off. And there's an equal possibility of something being out of date but not off. Of course, very few people use that one rather wonderful device we have sticking out of our faces called the nose. That tells you more than a date does. You should use it. The thing I was going to tell you is a few years back, I know I've told this one before as well, but hey ho, it's a wonderful story. I had some chicken breast in one of these packets like this, and I was ready to cook it, took it out of packaging, and thought, that should not smell like that. And it had about 4 days left on the date. Hey, what did it smell of, I hear you ask? Well, it smelled like fish. meat that smells like fish, including fish, isn't really very good. Probably something else I've mentioned before as well, but fish doesn't actually smell like fish until it's starting to turn ever so slightly. Although some does, right? Like prawns. And again, we know prawns are very, very dangerous if you're not careful. Very dangerous indeed. Coriander. Now, what I'm going to do with this here is check it's all okay, and then cut the stalks up really rather finely. Give them a quick wash, and when ready, they're going to go into the chicken when it's not too far finished. Personally, I find the coriander stalk much better for cooking with than the actual leaves. So the leaves can just go back in the bag. Yeah. Oh, well worth that too. That's going to take a little bit of cooking now. So I may as well get back to talking to you, haven't I? There's quite a lot of noises going on upstairs actually. I put a sprig of holly in it. That's where I got to. Right. Don't Drake and Kendrick live in big houses with garages, so it's hard to fiddle with brakes and stuff. Probably. I did a quick Google and there's some doxing rubbish and stuff that I'm not interested in. What? Right, okay, that's to do with the thingy there. Yeah, but shots were fired at Drake's mansions for sure. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to say, I guess Kendrick and Drake are rappers of some sort, but I'm not interested in them. I'm not interested in what they do, and if they're the kind of people that actually want to sabotage other people's vehicles or do shootings and stuff like that, then I think they're the wrong people to have the kind of money to have mansions in the first place. And really, they shouldn't be living in mansions, but prison. Better than dropping the soap. Oh gosh, it looks like Steve Cole's always one step ahead of me. Russian mustard, says Windy Miller. That's a mustard, a proper mustard, an angry mustard that thinks you're all too weak and puny for mustard and has made its life's work to humiliate you. I like Russian mustard. At least you've got a knife in your hand. Now, at least. I suppose they saw how many records Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. started selling, but forgot the crucial detail that record sales are hard to appreciate when you're dead. That's true. Dino Dad is here. Hello, Dino Dad. Oh, lovely, lovely Dino Dad, who's also called Ross. And he is here. I bet he's pressed the like button, haven't you, eh? I bet you have. Time to have a little stirry up for this, I reckon. Oh, yes. But I like my chicken to go ever so slightly crispy on the outside. Almost like a barbecue chicken curry. I do with potatoes. We all know, of course, a potato works well with curry. Sagaloo. But whenever I do that, I will do it with roast potatoes, which is not very traditional at all. But that is, as you can see, the chicken's browning quite nicely before it's properly cooked, which means if I carry on either side, I'll turn it right down again, and then add some of the tandoori spice mix to this, and then the coriander. And what I haven't done is the chilies. Do we need any chilies? I don't know. But this will come in handy as well. The tomato juice that I may stick onto the chicken fire any minute, cool it down somewhat. I reckon I should finish cooking it first though. I bought a salad meat thing from Lidl, says Dan Peters. It had about 2 days left, and yet it was definitely in date, and I definitely did not eat it. Chris Bowen, I like them. I think you should wear them all the time because they could become your signature. What, these glasses? Do you really reckon? There's a man on Eurovision wearing a white suit that looks like it's cut from a lady. It's cut for a lady and wearing rigger gloves. And people say it's a bit camp. Had a Christmas turkey one year, says Greenwood. Opened it up on Christmas Day and it honked. Was in date. Couldn't even keep it in the flat for 2 days until the shop was open again. Made me heave. Had to freeze the dye for dinner. What's for dinner? Christmas ice. Christmas ice. Coriander stalk should be cooked, in my opinion, and the leaves perfect for a garnish. Yes. Your fish are fighting. They won't be fighting, but some of them are very, very active in the tank. And if it was, uh-oh, here we go, another one. Oh. Green tiger barbs, they're the really active ones. They have lots and lots of fun in there. The system for a brighter future for workers' rights. Roast ice is my favourite. Roast ice. Have you ever tried throwing all the ingredients in a slow cooker, asks Abin Ashit? No, I haven't. I haven't got a slow cooker. It's just, I like cooking. So, the slow cooker is for people that don't really like cooking normally, isn't it? Has anyone ever tried venison curry? I'm sure they have, but I haven't. Mustard, you look like the Italian mama from Violence. Thanks, Dino Dad. Fish are fighting for space far away from the chip pan. No venison, it's too dear. I saw some today actually. How do fish react when you say Ross? Do they hide? When you say Ross, how do the fish react when you say Ross? Okay, I've got stuck on that one, I'm afraid. I always like to hear after Windy unlikes to keep the balance. What's new on the menu? My dad was an Italian cloakroom attendant. Mahatma. Thanks, Dino Dad. It's good to know the yin yang to silly to the yang to my silly yin. How come you're getting better at cooking? Well, because I cook all the time. Daniel, hello, Daniel. Chicken curry. I remember the days. As the chicken curry ready meals, the really cheap ones. I actually like them. It says Two String Productions. Yes. I've seen the bubbles. Smart price. If you're having roast ice, then I have a tip to make it super delish. It'll sound crazy, but bear with me. When the ice is roasted, drop a tea bag in it for a minute or two. With the Fox Design packaging. Ross is the Colonel Sanders of the fish world. Right, okay. Let's turn this around a little bit again. These fillets are in reasonably big lumps, but once they start to cook, they fall apart. That's what you want. You don't want like really big lumps of chicken. So another thing actually is that if you're not careful, then the insides of the chicken doesn't get cooked. That's really not good. You need the whole lot to be cooked. It doesn't cook through. So it goes beyond that point of actually being poisonous and just nice to eat instead. So again, as I mentioned, that's why the leg meat is far superior to the breast meat. Unless you like dry breasts. Which you don't, do you? Now I might have mentioned actually that the trouble with cooking is that you can end up losing your appetite as you do it. And then you don't want to eat what you've made. Tonight that's not going to happen because I'm properly looking forward to this. And I'm going to have myself a small portion of it at the very end of the live stream, because we're not too far off this being finished anyway. And you can see the reaction. You can see whether I do actually like my own food or not. I won't hide it. I won't pretend it's really good if it isn't really good. It has to be really good, otherwise, otherwise. Now, another thing I like here is at this stage to have some of the tandoori mix in there. You can have quite a bit of this because it's not spicy at all. It really isn't. But it just adds an extra dimension to the flavour, you could say, and it makes the chicken lovely and red. And if you eat any of it by itself as well, of course, then it's a bit more flavoursome than just having chicken, which, yeah, sure, chicken by itself is quite tasty, but not as tasty as with this in there. So there we go. There's some logic. There's some reasoning behind what I am talking about. Isn't there? James Red O'Connor. Hello, hot and spicy. Masala powder. You say with a question mark. Yeah, well, it's just the dried spices, that's why. Obviously, the masala is a sauce, isn't it? Honestly, it looks pretty good, says Jason Tran. Thank you very much. Cakes37, I'm back from Jerkbaits. Anyone want to join me for the next session? Have your fish been doctored? Isn't it daft that when we watch all these cooking shows, we can't smell or taste the food they make? Yet, does anyone enjoy watching the shopping channels, especially the non-stick pans? I'll open the window in a second. It's not. I once saw Levi. Oh, hang on. Jason. Jason, you look good. I could just eat you up. Who's Jason? I once saw Levi Roots do a cook-along in a tent. When he finished, he put the frying pan on the table and people started fighting to get it. It was sat near, I could see the chicken was raw. Yeah. You don't eat raw chicken. Do you like it raw? I mean, if you know what I mean. See you later, Steve Cold. Bye-bye. I find it hard to believe that Saturday and Sunday morning telly is still clogged up with people, books about cooking stuff. Okay, I'll open the window. Oh, window's already open a bit. I think my small people have gone to bed, so I need to just pop up there in just 1 minute to just finish these comments off, and then I'll nip up there. Your food look appetizing, not gonna lie. Is that it does or doesn't? Oh, that Jason, right? I see. Yeah. I want to stuff my stomach with your food, right? No. I'm really hungry, so I'll eat anything. It's not anything. I've gone to quite an effort to make this tasty, you know. Rather than off to dreamland, night everyone, sleep everyone, says Charlotte. Good night, Charlotte. I'm sure I do, Cakes. Please elaborate. Right, okay, just one moment. 1 moment. Oh, hang on. Oh, yes. Now it's starting to look apart, isn't it? A little coriander, red chicken, and then the curry sauce itself, and then the yellow rice. Right. 1 second. And now I'm back. Jimmy Quinn and all. Good night, Jimmy Quinn. I've just noticed the space under the fish tank. Looks perfect for an ant farm. I always wanted an ant farm, but now my parents wouldn't let me. Now I'm old enough, and I'll get one, and I'll just... If Mustard doesn't do as he's told, keep the worktop clean, Mrs. Mustard will be having meatballs for tea. Right, okay. Oh. This is... yes. What's that? Oh. Right. Oh, I know you're putting chilies in it. You're putting chilies in that sauce. Gosh. That's not good enough, is it? I hope I've not done the rice. Rice, I think I've left the rice a little bit too long. Just stood in the pan. But it's not gone horrible or anything, but it's just not breaking up quite as easily as I'd like it to do. But that'll do, and that's fine. So let's just have a small portion. This is going to be the best curry I have ever made, I'm sure. I'm absolutely certain. Look at that. But until I took into it, I don't know for definite. Don't normally eat here, normally I sit at the table. I recommend this. I really do. I recommend that I eat it. The coriander is brilliant. Well, I'm going to say that the sauce could be quite a bit hotter than it is. It's fine. I feel rude the way I'm eating this now, but it's just really working. It's really good. You know, if something's really good when you just eat rather than talk. So I think, well, thank you very much, Jason Tran. Right, listen, I'm going to finish up here because I want to get cleaned up and just eat a lot more. I'm going to give my own curry here a 9 out of 10. I'm very, very pleased with how this worked out. So, thank you to everyone who's joined me tonight. Thank you for joining me. Thank you very much for leaving comments. Thank you for being subscribers. Please subscribe if you haven't done already. Biggest thanks though is liking the live stream. That is the most important thing. So if you haven't liked it, please do so, because that makes all the difference. Don't forget to clean up. I will. Thank you everyone. And the biggest thanks of all is to the Greenwood for all of this rather wonderful moderation stuff. It makes it all work a lot better, doesn't it? Right, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everyone new here as well. It's been a good evening, and I am off. So bye bye. I'll see you in the next one.